Welcome back. The former president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Hassan Sumonu, has called on trade unionists to avoid issues that could weaken the workers' union as they prepare to elect a new leader for the union. Now, speaking at the ongoing delegates' conference of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Mr. Sumonu cautioned against any division that may impact negatively on the body. This delegates' conference is expected to climax with the election of a new leadership for the NLC.
There are over 3,000 delegates representing different trade unions in this hall. Their overall objective is to elect new leaders for the Nigeria Labour Congress. When the Congress started on Monday, there were three major contenders competing for the presidency of the Workers' Union. But just hours before the voting exercise commenced, one of the contenders, Mr. Areze Igwe, stepped down from the race, a decision that threw the whole into some sort of uproar.
Each time I sit down, I hear, carry go, it beats my imagination. Is that what democracy is all about? Comrades, permit me at this point to appeal to your conscience that I am stepping down
Following this development, the founding president of the Workers' Union, Comrade Hassan Sumonu, urged members to resist tendencies that could weaken the strength of the union ahead of the voting exercise.
Appealing to you to be aware of the greater responsibility that you have to Nigerian workers, to the Congress itself, to Nigerian people, and to the Nigerian nation, to make sure that this conference that starts by the grace of God, peacefully, also ends peacefully, and that the solidarity that has always existed, the unity that has always existed within the Congress, and also the leadership expected of Nigeria Labour Congress. I'm happy, Comrade Aremu, on behalf of LASCO, has told you the cohesion between Nigerian Labour Congress and civil society organization, that solidarity, that work that they have been doing should continue.
The workers are expected to vote in new leaders that will champion the affairs of the union for the next 4 years. Whether these leaders will emerge through a credible process or not will no doubt have huge impact on members in the years ahead.
Welcome to Sports News. Arsenal's teenage sensation Alex Iwobi has been listed among the 18 players that will represent Nigeria in the crucial first leg of the All-Africa Games qualifier against Gabon. Dream Team head coach Samson Siasia also called up 8 other foreign-based professionals for the encounter. Abdullahi Gero, Sadiq Atonda, Oladele Oshobe, Salisu Pukwola, Imo Ezekiel, Paul Mwachi, Aminu Umar, and Japheth Okorie. Siasa, however, dropped Issa Masood, Emmanuel Effiong, Godwin Udibo, Sunday Aditunji, and Yahya Adamu from the squad. The first leg comes up on February the 22nd in Libreville, while the return leg comes up 2 weeks later. Morocco has rejected sanctions by the Confederation of African Football for withdrawing from hosting the 2015 African Nations Cup. The country was expelled from the 2017 and 2019 tournaments and fined $1 million and also demanded a further $9 million in compensation. The Moroccan Football Federation said it rejects all of the sports and financial sanctions, saying it adds that there is no regulatory basis for the punishments. Meanwhile, the Court of Arbitration for Sport has ordered that the Algerian club JS Kabylie be reinstated in this year's CAF Champions League. JS Kabylie was sanctioned by the Algerian Football Federation following an incident in a league game against the bitter rivals USM Alger in August last year, which led to the death of Cameroonian striker Albert Ebose. Now, the Confederation of African Football, CAF, subsequently banned the club from participating in CAF club competitions during the 2015 and 2016 seasons. JS Kabylie then appealed the decision.
Chelsea now against 10. Fabregas with the free kick. Howard has chosen to come once more, and to good effect. Lashed back in by Willian!
In the English Premier League, Chelsea secured a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Everton at Stamford Bridge. Brazilian winger Willian scored for the Blues in the 90th minute. The keenly contested match also saw Everton midfielder Gareth Barry receive a red card. Elsewhere, Manchester United defeated Burnley 3-1 at Old Trafford, while Southampton played out a goalless draw with West Ham United. Defending champions Manchester City thrashed Stoke City by 4-1. And former chairman of Ferrari, Luca Di Montezemolo, will lead Rome's bid for the 2024 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. The 67-year-old, who stepped down from the Italian car manufacturer in October after 23 years at the helm, has been confirmed as president of the bid by the Italian National Olympic Committee president Giovanni Malago. Malago also revealed that Italian Football Federation Commissioner and Italian Paralympic Committee President Luca Pancalli, a former swimmer who won 8 Paralympic gold medals, will serve as vice president. And that's a wrap in sports news. Ijoma will be back with the rest of the news at 10.
The United Nations has raised an alarm over the number of migrants drowning on the Mediterranean Sea because they are seeking better lives elsewhere in Europe. The concern was raised when 300 migrants were said to have drowned while trying to cross the sea this week. 9 survivors brought to the island of Lampedusa by the Italian Coast Guard are believed to be from West Africa. Initial reports on Monday suggested that at least 29 migrants had died after their boat overturned. The UN says the latest incident should be a message to Europe that the current search and rescue operation in the sea was inadequate. The UNHCR Europe director says Europe cannot do too little, too late. And the main news again. The federal government today warned heads of missions not to be used to compromise the electoral process. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Aminu Wali, at a meeting in Abuja today cautioned against attempts to take positions that may affect the electoral process. The President, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, has put fears to rest today that the country will not hold the 2015 elections. He told journalists at the presidential media chat that the nation will not go to war over the election, even though he was not consulted in the election postponement. And the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate, General Muhammadu Buhari, said today that corruption will consume Nigeria if nothing is done quickly. He was a guest on the cable news network program Amanpour earlier today. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Onyato. And coming up next is a repeat of our special election program, Nigeria 2015. Do have a good night.